Good afternoon, everyone. I want to let you know today we are going to be making pumpkin bread with some of the puree that we made a couple of weeks ago. And please bear with me in this video as I'm flying solo. Omar is on his way to East Texas to go hunting, so I don't have his help or his expertise. So thank you for watching. Thank you for your patience. I would like to say a huge thank you to our military, especially the Marine Corps. Thank you for all that you have done and are currently doing and willing to do to keep our country safe. I know it's hard to be away from your families for extended periods of time, and difficult to experience some of the things that you've had to experience. But I just want to say thank you. We appreciate you, we love you, and you're definitely in our thoughts and prayers on a regular basis. So let's get started with our pumpkin bread. I'm going to get my favorite apron. That's my favorite because my mother gave it to me a few years ago. And as you can see, somebody out where she used to live had one with ducks. And we love to hunt and fish and be outdoors. So we're going to start with 3.5 cups of flour. And I know I've said in a couple of my other videos how important it is to use good quality ingredients. And you're going to want to use really good quality flour. Try to stay away from some of the cheaper, less expensive brands. Definitely stay away from Sam's. I have used their flour mistakenly, about a 50-pound bag, and here you go. Some things it did okay with, other things it was a huge flop. Take advantage of sales right now that are going on during the fall season and Thanksgiving, Christmas baking seasons. I know Kroger had some stuff on sale, some flour on sale. I was able to grab a couple bags of gold flour, I think it was, or gold metal. Fairly inexpensive, so a couple dollars a pound, a bag. So really good flour. Okay, and now we're going to go on to, we need 2 teaspoons of baking soda, not baking powder. And I just run out across like that. 1, 2. I'm going to need 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And I like to use, these are the Pampered Chef measuring spoons. I like to use them because they are adjustable. Move them up and down, and then they come off very easily to wash, so they're really nice. Okay, so now we want a teaspoon of cinnamon, ground cinnamon. This is a fairly new bottle. It's gonna be hard to. Yeah, it's about a teaspoon, I promise. And then we're also going to do a teaspoon of nutmeg. And half a teaspoon of cloves. Most of my spices are organic. Half a teaspoon of cloves, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. What I like to do is I like to get my whisk. Now, once again, Pampered Chef. I love their mixing bowls because you can just take your thumb, wrap it around, and I'm just going to just kind of sift it a little bit with the whisk, stir it up real good. And then I like to make a well. Can I show you what that is? So I'm not sure if you can see how I have the well. What you're going to do is you're going to take your flour and your mixture, and you're going to kind of move it up to the side so that you don't have to see the bottom of the bowl, but you want to see a little bit of it because you're going to make a well. That's going to make it a little bit easier to incorporate the wet ingredients, which hectic, but you can. We have 3 cups of sugar, a cup of, I use canola oil, but you can use vegetable oil, And then we're going to use 2/3 cup of water. And when you're measuring liquid, you want to bring it to eye level. Whether you sit down or hold it up, you want it to be measured right at 2/3. 2 cups of water. And then 4 eggs. So, as you can imagine, this can get expensive with the eggs, but the end product is so well worth it. And this bread does well with essential oils, if you want to use essential oils. And I do have an essential oil conversion chart that I'll have to figure a way to download for you so that you can use it. And I have a small whisk. Actually, this goes on a mixer. And we're just going to kind of stir it up. Haven't forgotten the pumpkin puree. Just want to stir it up a little bit. Everything all kind of mixed up real good. Okay. Now we need 16 ounces of pumpkin, which is a can. This is my puree that I made, like I said, a few weeks ago. And it's a quart bag, so we're going to use about half. This bag will make 2 recipes of pumpkin bread. And what's so great about this recipe is that you can make as many or as few loaves as you want. It's not quite half. Here we go. Okay, then we're going to stir this up really good. Pour this on in, stir it up a little bit. Now it's going to get a little lumpy. It's not something I want you to worry about, because by the time that you turn around and you get your pans together to put the bread in, it will have rested enough that you don't need to worry about the lumpy. So stir it up with the spatula for a little bit. Get it all incorporated. And as I mentioned earlier, one of the greatest things about this recipe, and I don't, because my family will literally fight over it, is that it's easy to make. Like I said, you make as much or as little as you want. What I mean by that is, if you want to use a large loaf pan, you can, but you're only going to get 1 loaf. Or you can use a medium loaf pan and you'll get 3. And then the small little mini loaf pans, you can get 6 loaves. So it just all depends on how much you want to make and how much you want to share. Another great thing about this recipe is that it freezes wonderfully after it's been baked and cooled. And what I will do is, I don't use saran wrap. I'll get wax paper and I'll cover it, wax or parchment paper, and I'll cover it up, and then I'll put some foil over it, and then I'll put because most of the pans now come with plastic lids. I'll put the lid on it and then throw it in the freezer. So I'm going to give you an idea. That is what the batter is going to look like. And I've already had a couple loaves. So as you can see, whoop, and so we're going to pour those in there, pop them in the oven at 350 for about an hour, and then we will set them out to cool. Thanks. Hey, it's time to check on the bread. It smells fantastic. Let's look and see. Oh, yeah. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I have already checked it with my cake tester, bread tester. We're just going to insert it. We'll show you what it looks like, and it comes out clean. Yay. So I'm going to put these on a rack in the living room to let them cool. And there you go. Pumpkin bread. Now you have the recipe from start to finish. Enjoy.